Welcome back everyone. Today I will show you how I built this heatside insert press. My name is Andy and welcome to ATL.
I found this heat insert press on printables from the designer Through the Frame, and I really like the design because it uses linear rails. However, I did not like that it uses two rails, one in the front and one in the back, and that you have to put the counterweight in the back so the soldering iron gets back up. I took a look on the remixes from this model and I found a remix from Honey Nut. He put I'm not sure if this is the right pronunciation, but there is no C in it, so I think it's a Key-Bak and not a Key-Bak. He put a Key-Bak on the back of the press, so this will pull the soldering iron back up. I really like this idea, so I modified a few parts and started to print and build the press. You can find my modified parts on the printables page, and also there is a listing for all the hardware you will need.
These are the parts and the hardware you will need for the press. First you need some sort of a base. I used shelving board and cut it into two pieces and glued it together. Here I already mounted the bracket for the 2020 extrusion. As you can see, here is a cutout. That's for the Key-Bak holder I will show you shortly. And this piece here is just a holder for my soldering iron tips, so I won't lose them. This is just a press fit. And now I won't lose them and always have them with my press. Next, 2020 aluminum extrusion. This one here is 350 millimeters long. Make sure you get a T-slot extrusion, not a V-slot extrusion, because if you get a V-slot, the linear rail won't sit properly. Next, linear rail. This one here has 200 millimeters, and when you get them, make sure you clean them. I used some isopropyl alcohol because from the factory they come with a lot of oil, so they won't rust during shipping. Later, when the press is finished, I will grease the rail up. To mount the rail on the extrusion, you need 4 M3 T-nuts and 4 M3 by 10 millimeter bolts. And I forgot to mention, on the base here you need 4 screws. I used some with 16 millimeters. To mount the aluminum extrusion on our bracket on our base, you need 3 M3 T-nuts and 3 M3 by 6 millimeter bolts. Of course you need a soldering iron, just get any cheap one and get a soldering bit. You screw this off and put the tip on, and after that you can screw on the differently sized tips.
Well, sadly the battery in the microphone died, so now you get this messy voiceover. This part is the handle that gets attached to the front bracket to slide up and down. Next is the soldering iron holder. The soldering iron gets put in, and that's just a friction fit. The holder gets attached to the handle with 2 M3 by 6 millimeter bolts. To attach the handle to the front bracket you need 3 M3 by 8 bolts. I only had 2 left. And as you can see, you need to put 2 M3 heat inserts into the handle. Here's the front bracket that gets attached to the linear rail with 4 M3 by 6 bolts. It needs 3 M3 heat inserts. On the back is a slot for the Key-Bak cable. These are the 2 top brackets where you need 4 F623ZZ M3 by 10 by 4 flanged bearings, 2 M3 T-nuts, 2 M3 by 6 and 2 M3 by 25 bolts. Here you can see the Key-Bak, which will pull the soldering iron back up. The Key-Bak gets put between the 2 brackets, and here you need 2 M3 heat inserts, 2 M3 by 6 bolts, 2 M3 T-nuts and 2 M3 by 6 bolts. Here are 2 alignment tools to align the linear rail on the 2020 aluminum profile, and 2 clips to fix the cable from the soldering iron in place. For the linear rail you need 2 stop blocks. I modified one, which you can see later in the video, and also you need 2 M3 T-nuts and 2 M3 by 6 bolts. Get your linear rail and the 2 stop blocks and put in the bolts with the T-nuts. use the two alignment parts to set the linear rail. Don't fully tighten the linear rail, we want to be able to adjust it later. Next are the top brackets. Sadly I don't have much footage here. Use the long bolts and put 2 bearings on each side with the flange facing outside. After that, attach the T-nuts to the short bolts and mount the bracket on the aluminum profile. In the next step, get the Key-Bak bracket. First, attach the bracket with the bolts and the T-nuts on the opposite side of the linear rail. Clip in the Key-Bak and route the cable over the bearings on the top. Now you need to get the front bracket. Put the cable between the front bracket and the linear carriage. Tighten the front bracket with the 4 and 3x6 bolts to the carriage. Grab the handle and the soldering iron holder. Attach the soldering iron holder with the 2 and 3x6 bolts to the handle. Next, attach the handle with the 3 M3x8 bolts to the front bracket on the carriage. Here you can see the new stop block for the bottom as mentioned before. Use the M3 T-nut and the M3x6 bolt to attach it to the aluminum profile. This design prevents the Key-Bak from getting stuck on the bottom of the linear rail. Last step is to remove the Key-Bak from the bracket. This makes mounting the aluminum profile to the base easier. Here use the M3 T-nuts and M3x6 bolts. Once the aluminum profile is mounted, reattach the Key-Bak bracket and close the lid. After that, put in the soldering iron and the 2 clips for the cable.
I hope you liked the video. Like, share, comment and subscribe, and let me know in the comments down below what you want to see next. Bye!